Hello, this is Sudarshan with Starshine Star. How are all of you doing on this very beautiful, very wonderful Monday? It's July 15th. It's still 2024, and we are on the merry-go-round, aren't we? It's a tilt-a-whirl, isn't it? This is going to be super short clip, but I have to start with the three opening prayers like I always do to bless, uplift, inspire, and protect you, me, and this clip. They're three short prayers. They're in Sanskrit and Telugu. It's the Guru mantra, the Ganesha mantra, and the Gayatri mantra. Om, Om, Om. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmahi Sri Guruve Namaha. Om Suklam Bharataram Vishnum Shivarnam Chatubhujam Prasanavaranam Dhyaye Sarva Vigno Pashantaye. Om Bhurbhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhago Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. I have to put this quick clip out because I made a post on my TikTok. My TikTok channel is called Mahakali Yeshua 9, and the username is Starshine Star 909. I'm going to put this clip up there and also on my YouTube channel, which is called It's the Dazzling of the Light. Or you can just go to YouTube and type in at Sudarshana Starshine Star to access this and all my clips there. I have a pretty good selection of them. I think you'll enjoy checking it out. And please remember to like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you doing that and helping me to build these channels up. I'm super shadow banned across all social media. I have many restarts of whatever I have going on. It's been blocked and banned several times across the board. So whatever I'm doing, it always seems like baby steps again up the mountain. And it's so funny how a lot of people, I see that they're watching, but they don't bother to like it. And then they interact with me and it seems like they like it, but why don't y'all push that like button? It really helps me and helps the algorithms too. So I really appreciate you. But if you don't want to, that's your choice. Okay, so I put out just a message earlier today when it was became clear that President Trump had chosen his VP pick, JD Vance, and I couldn't help but laugh. I mean, after like 5 seconds of what, or like as I like to say, what, WHAAAA question mark. So so unusual, very interesting. So this is going to be controversial, but I am not worried about appearing to be controversial because I back up what I say in these arenas with thousands of hours of research, and I also use my Brahma consciousness, my high divine consciousness, to meditate on things that what I have questions about. And it doesn't mean I'm always right, but I just don't like to just spill out my opinions of blah, 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 because who cares about that, right? But everyone has a right to them. Here's what I want to say that would be controversial. When I saw that JD Vance announcement, and I was like, JD Vance? I was like, what? And I looked at the photo that was coming out of JD Vance character standing next to President Trump. It was clear to me that that was a face mask. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder who's playing JD Vance, who's underneath that mask. And I just thought that without going into any research about JD Vance. So I'm not saying I know about JD Vance, who that actual man is or the character, whatever. I only know a little bit, that he was very anti-Trump and things like that. But just as you can even say using spidey sense, I was just like, I was like, I wonder who's under that face mask. Or if it's just a double playing JD Vance. Because I'm not going to name names, but just as I posted this little quick message about JD Vance, and I was like question marking it and saying, that is so interesting. I wonder if there's some face masking going on. I had a very wonderful person on my TikTok who always posts wonderful things that I really like and really supports me too. We have great convos and discussions, I really give a thumbs up to this person. But this person said to me that they didn't like that JD Vance was nominated. And they also mentioned to me that they had seen that JD Vance had been connected in the past, something with adrenochrome. Now, I cannot neither support nor deny that because it's only been today and I haven't done any research into that. But I'm just putting it out there because why I'm saying that is it's typical of characters that are not here anymore, that they were bad dudes and bad ladies playing on the dark side, treasonous and traitorous, and also doing crimes against humanity, that they were picked up. But because we're in a huge 5D chess play, and a lot of it is like a kind of a movie with moving pieces and moving parts and switching characters. And the White Hats, the White Hat Global Alliance, it's not just in America, it's global, all helping one another out on the world stages and on local stages and underground, the earth, and everywhere to clean up the evils and their minions. But since I'm talking about American politics here, I'll say that some of the characters that have been picked up and that were bad characters, bad dudes and bad ladies, and then they suddenly appear and they're touted as, oh, President Trump loves this person and we're putting them, and he's like, oh, I'm so glad they're in Congress, or I'm so glad they're Speaker of the House. I want to say, guys, if you haven't noticed by now that whomever President Trump points his finger at, like in photos, like when he points at it, like you're the guy, like you're the greatest, you're the best, and he's pointing his finger and smiling to the cameras. Haven't you all figured out yet that he's pointing to bad characters? Haven't all of you figured out yet that President Trump always shoves the bad dudes and the bad ladies, and a lot of the bad ladies are Baphomets, biological males that are in the dark satanic cult, and they appear to be female, but they're biological males. Haven't you noticed that he shoves them into the spotlight? He welcomes them on the stage to his rallies. He gives them incredible accolades. This is the greatest blah, 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 of whatever, the greatest whatever. And the person gets up there and you find out after every time that happens, very shortly, something begins to occur. Little weird facts come out about that person. All of a sudden, they're found out to be thieving in some area, or some sex scandal, or some pedophile scandal, or some thing like that. And it happens every time. President Trump has used this art of war tactic, many art of war tactics that he uses. His one that he uses the most is appear weak when you are strong and strong when you are weak, and also keep your friends close and your enemies closer. When he points that finger or shines that huge spotlight and says to everyone, "This is the best man ever, this is the best woman ever," when he does that, take note. When he points that finger and he's smiling and he has that finger pointed in these photos, just understand what's going on. So I have to reiterate that for some people that don't know, that say questions like, but I thought President Trump really liked that person. He's just a master at letting the criminals and the creeps and the satanics expose themselves. So there have been a lot of white hat. And when I'm saying that, I can say the good guys, but it's called the white hats. And it doesn't mean people are white. So anyone who might get triggered by that and say, why do you say white hats, black hats? It's not about the color of anyone's skin. It's more about the timbre and the light or lack of light in their heart and soul. So black hats for the darkness, like the darkness covering the souls of the satanics and their minions, and the light, like the goodly and godly. Not that anyone's perfect, but that's what the white hat, black hat metaphor means. So there are white hat actors that put on face masks with voice box technology and sub in for bad dudes and bad ladies or Baphomets that are not around. They're either cooling their jets at Gitmo or some other places, or they've been dealt with, meaning that they had a military tribunal for treason or crimes against humanity, which are capital crimes, and figure the rest of that out. What happens if you're convicted of a capital crime? And to people who don't know, in the United States of America, the military courts supersede all civil courts, especially when we're under PEDS, when we're under presidential executive orders and emergency acts, that when America is stated to being under attack by foreign and domestics, the military takes over. And in the United States of America, when it was still a colony before it became a country, the military was formed first before anything else. And the military was formed not to start wars, but to protect the American people. And in times of crisis, like when our country is being attacked and it is declared attacked, we have our military taken over. And we've been under a COG, a COG, which means a continuity of government. We've been under a COG since January 20th, 2021. There's a lot of research that you need to look at to understand this if you don't. Derek Johnson is an incredible ex-veteran, and he has has a super legal mind, and he's been responsible, even though it's a little hard sometimes because even as Americans, we don't always understand each other's dialects. He has a very strong Alabama accent. He's also a country music singer, writer, I think producer too, independent. And he's fantastic. He is one of the main ones that has broken down the Law of War Manual, which was revised and put out again. When? Oh, just a few days before Donald Trump rode down that escalator in 2016, announcing his candidacy for presidency. And in that Law of War Manual, it states everything that I'm saying, but you have to look at it. It's on .gov sites, the official .gov sites of the United States. You just have to go and look on it. And it's a lot of reading, but do you need to be spoon-fed? For all the people that come against me and try to just give me their opinion, and I ask them, what kind of research do they do? It takes your time, guys. It takes time. It takes time to read. It takes time to watch documentaries. It takes time to check on things, and not using Wikipedia or Google. You might as well just go out in the street and ask an insane person something, because those things are so corrupted, those vehicles for any kind of learning. You have to use independent browsers, like I've recommended Bing browser, which is also called Brave. I've recommended to use that, and then from there to go on sites like rumble.com or BitChute, or even still, there's a lot on YouTube, but you have to know what you're searching for, because it oftentimes has been censored and covered, so independent people take it and put it on their platform. So you have to know the title of things you're looking for. But not all the time. Sometimes things pop up. There are ways still with incredible censorship. There's ways to find things out and to see things for yourself. So I'm not trying to be like a strict auntie scolding people here, but that's just the truth. So here's what I want to say about J.D. Vance in terms of this. The most recent forms of Kevin McCarthy, who was made Speaker of the House, and Mike Johnson, those were both face masks, guys. I took a lot of time with Kevin McCarthy because he was a very bad dude. And right when he came on the scene, I was like, Kevin McCarthy. So I took my time, many hours of comparing from in the past, Kevin McCarthy, his profile, everything about his body, the shape of his nose, the look in his eyes. The eyes are always very important. They're the really important thing. Everything, mannerism, speaking, and I compared it with the supposed real Kevin McCarthy, who was a face mask, and was very much a white hat actor and an amazing person playing that role. So in that role of Kevin McCarthy, the white hat actor, who in real life is a great actor, but is not an actor by trade, is more of a kind of an American hero, you might say, but is also a great actor, was doing things to help the white hat plan to bring down the swamp and to expose things. And so much has to be done to show people how bad these people really are, what they've really been up to. And because it had to be proven again, because at the end of Obama's, Barry Hussein's presidential term, right before he left office, he pardoned all the criminals. So this is why they have to be caught in the act. This is why the American people had to be shown again, look what these creeps are doing. And they're more than creeps, but I can't even say what they are. Truly, they are satanic. And I mean that, not in a, church lady over critical way, actually Satanists and all that implies. Satanic pedophiles, satanic pedivores. Yeah. So that Kevin McCarthy was doing things that was not the really Kevin McCarthy. And the Mike Johnson, and this wasn't me, this was a while ago, and I got a tip from a very trustworthy source, so it wasn't me coming up with this. And I'm not going to spill the beans here because this is really too controversial. But if you knew who seemed like they were playing Mike Johnson, the face mask, was not even an American. It was someone obviously that has flipped sides and is by trade an actor and in politics, and was playing with great gusto and glee, kind of an impish glee. And I'm going to give another clue here, kind of a piano playing glee, the character of Mike Johnson. So those are two face masks. Why am I bringing that up? I mean, because when I look at JD Vance and I listen to this announcement, and not that I have any solid proofs, but come on. Either this is, it's the real JD Vance who is like, this guy was like a bad character, is under a deal and is doing things like many do, playing out a role, and is not going to go all the way through the election, like some other VP will step in or be swapped in, or something like that. I don't know for sure, and that's where I'm spitballing. So don't take it like I'm acting like I have a crystal ball about that, because I don't. But I can see that something is just not real here. It's not adding up. Can y'all see that too? I mean, didn't you just go, JD Vance? If you didn't, God bless you. That's your prerogative. Okay, so that's all I want to say about that, because I had some questions and I was going to type up stuff, but I just decided to do this clip. And now I'm going to end it with the closing prayer like I always do. It's in Sanskrit and Telugu. And what I'm saying is, God bless all beings in all worlds. Okay. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yes, to peace, peace, peace. Starts with our inner peace, and then what looks like is outside of us. The outside peace reflects that back to us. And oh my goodness, aren't we all looking forward to our earth realm just being back in a more harmonious, beautiful, steady, peaceful way, not just in America, but the whole earth realm. That is coming, and I'm not saying it will be perfect, but it will be a lot smoother, and I think we'll have a lot of stuff to be even more thankful about. The best is yet to come. And once again, God bless President Trump and his family and all the White Hats and the White Hat Global Alliance, the White Hat Global Military, all the stuff that those men and women have been doing for so many years. God bless them. Ooh, they're amazing. And God bless you. God bless you and yours. I'm sending out huge, big love and hugs to all of you, and I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye for now.